It's Monday, January 27. In the headlines, increased fines coming for environmental breaches. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness touts impressive increase in business confidence. Tropical battery gets approval to sell on Amazon. Regionally, Grenada to get USAID grant for economic growth. And in sports, West Indies win test match against Pakistan for the first time in 35 years. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Government Senator Fitz Henley has welcomed the proposed increase in fines for environmental breaches. Speaking in the Senate on Friday, he urged stakeholders, including some mining companies, to take greater care in the protection of the environment. Senator Fitz Henley made the call when he contributed to the debate on two bills in the Upper House last Friday. The fines imposed under the NCRA Act and the WLP Act do not currently take into account proportionality in prescribing the level of fines as against offences. The recently approved bills, which propose to amend the Natural Resources Conservation Authority Act, NRCA, and the Wildlife Protection Act, will result in a major increase in fines for environmental breaches.
I'm heartened at this increase, and I'm optimistic that this increase will go some way towards acting as a deterrent to people, individuals, or companies which might be minded to breach our environmental protection laws. I don't think there is any question, sir, that the prescribed fines outlined in the draft legislation that's before us today are more proportionate to the offences compared to what existed before.
Senator Fitz Henley noted that the Andrew Holness-led administration has been working to protect the environment in Jamaica.
I'm confident that a series of actions taken by this administration, including the move to amend the NRCA Act and the Wildlife Protection Act, reiterate that this administration does not believe in merely giving lip service to protecting the environment, but we are taking tangible action in support of this noble cause.
He's calling on those in the private sector to support efforts to protect the Jamaican environment.
I'd encourage our partners in corporate Jamaica, including stakeholders in the mining and bauxite industry, to understand that there can be no prosperity steeped in pollution.
When piloting the bills through the lower house, Minister Matthew Samuda noted that the increased penalties, coupled with other regulatory action, is expected to act as a meaningful deterrent to potential offenders, while adding that the level of the monetary penalties and related custodial sentences, as proposed, are subject to the jurisdiction of the parish courts. Jamaica is experiencing an increase in business confidence, in investor confidence in the Jamaican climate of investment. That's based on the latest survey of business, investor, and consumer confidence for the fourth quarter of 2024. The report also shows a similar rebound in consumer confidence. This data suggests that more businesses are optimistic about Jamaica's economy, expecting better financial performance, and nearly 73% of businesses consider it a good time to invest in Jamaica. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness addressed the matter in a post on his social media platforms.
I know you're wondering what all of this means. Well, let me explain. This is all about the economics of expectation. How do you feel about the future? If you feel optimistic, you feel good about the future, or are you pessimistic? You just don't think the future is going to look good. For businesses, if they feel optimistic about the future, they will invest more, they will innovate more, and they will hire more people. So your economy will grow.
Sectors such as wholesale and retail, finance, insurance, and real estate are leading the way in driving this positive outlook. The survey of consumer confidence also reflected a positive outlook, showing a 4% quarter-on-quarter increase in 2024.
For consumers, if they feel good about the future, they feel good about their earning prospects, or feel good that prices won't rise as high as before, then they will spend more. Consumers will purchase more and make consumer investments like cars and houses, and that will cause the economy to grow as well, because businesses will have more consumption. So it is good to have consumer confidence rising, and it is good to have business confidence rising.
Business confidence jumped by 12 percentage points, while consumer confidence climbed by 3.9 percentage points during the fourth quarter of the last calendar year. The various departments of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security went above and beyond when faced with major challenges in 2024. Most notable is the intentional, wide-reaching programs enacted to assist those thousands of Jamaicans affected by drought and then the devastating impact of Hurricane Beryl. The ministry also made strides in 2024 in the Program of Advancement through Health and Education PATH and the Farm Work Program, among other things. Here are some highlights of the work being done.
If you represent your country with a dignified, disciplined, and determined, purposeful way, you will find that hundreds of others will be able to gain. $932 Jamaicans are currently registered on the social pension program. Beginning this month, beneficiaries will receive an increase of over 76% in their bi-monthly benefits, moving from $6,800 to $12,000, Mr.
Speaker. Effective the 1st of June, the national minimum wage will increase from 30,000 per 40-hour week to 15,000.
This MOU, we are going to change the mindset and the attitude. We are going to provide more skills training. In terms of this partnership today, I know that we will be facilitating the disbursement of £160,000, part of a larger £500,000 regional effort to assist more than 2,000 Jamaicans affected by Hurricane Beryl.
There is a need for the government to establish that as we give, we can account for what we give.
We focus on giving support to those who need the support to weather life's storms, whether it is unexpected loss of a job, whatever it is. This project Spiral promises to help us in our effort to ensure that no one is left behind.
Time now for the Business Report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. The United States Patent and Trademark Office has granted official trademark approvals to Tropical Battery Company Limited. According to the company, the approvals enable the company to sell Tropical branded products directly on Amazon's US platform. In a notice on the Jamaica Stock Exchange website on Thursday, January 23, 2025, the company states that this development represents a strategic step in bringing Tropical Battery's trusted and innovative products to a broader audience. With the trademarks, the Jamaican company can now sell products such as solar panels, batteries, automotive oils, and coolants in the US market. Mayberry Investments Limited is offering a $2.3 billion Jamaican dollar bond offer for a period of 24 months that will carry an interest rate of 10.25% per annum and will be collateralized by security charged over Mayberry's secure loan book. The secured bonds carry contractual rights to quarterly interest payments. Mayberry will use the funds to pay off $2.28 billion in maturing bonds. Ricky Davis, CEO, Jamaica International Financial Services Authority, discusses how the investment climate in Jamaica is improving with legislation to attract large international companies to the island. We share this clip from the 20th staging of the Jamaica Stock Exchange's Regional Investment and Capital Markets Conference held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. We are with Ricky Davis, someone who knows the back office of investment. So Ricky, a very simple question. What do companies need to be successful in the arena of investment from a back office perspective?
Well, in order to be successful, you have to have a good plan, good fundamentals.
Yes.
And also, it helps to be able to use vehicles that you are familiar with or that are fit for purpose for what you're doing.
And your company does what?
And so we're Jamaica International Financial Services Authority.
Yes.
And we have been, in recent times, coming up with some legislation that's going to change the landscape in Jamaica of how people do business. So with our fit-for-purpose vehicles, we're going to have different types.
Yes. And so thank you, Ricky. We're looking forward to the changes. For the trading period ending January 24, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Finance conglomerate JMMB Group Limited 7.35% cumulative redeemable preference share with 5,982,395 units traded represents 30.25% of market sales volume. Toll road operator Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with 3,587,185 units traded represented 18.14% of the market sales volume. Media conglomerate Radio Jamaica Limited with 2,229,553 units traded, accounting for 11.27% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On January 24, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $40.03 million purchased and US $54.66 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.27 per dollar selling the US at $157.85 and buying the US at $156.58. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $1.69 per transaction, with selling at $110.94 and buying at $109.25. The British pound yielded Forex traders $1.94 in profit, with selling at $195.76 and buying at $193.82. For our credit report tip of the day, as a self-employed professional, visiting your banker to discuss credit worthiness is a crucial step towards building financial stability. Use this checklist to prepare for the conversation. Gather financial documents such as your business profit and loss statements and bank statements. Verify personal and business income. Show proof of consistent income through invoices or contracts. Then analyze your credit report after you obtain a free copy. Looking at building something from nothing, and we're talking about resilience and recovery in your financial life. So building financial resilience and recovery as a professional woman over the age of 45 who maybe seeks a slower pace of life with passive income involves thoughtful planning and action. Here are steps you can take. First, analyze your current income, expenses, savings, debt, and investments. Use tools like spreadsheets or financial apps to help you. Then define your specific short-term and long-term goals, like saving $100,000 or generating $5,000 monthly in passive income. Next, develop a budget that reflects your financial goals and prioritizes savings and investment over discretionary spending. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Janice Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, Grenada is among 11 countries to benefit from the USAID-funded Caribbean Resilient Economies and Sectors Activity Reset, a transformative grant program aimed at fostering inclusive economic growth and resilience.
The USAID-funded Caribbean Reset program focuses on supporting micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, with innovative solutions in the blue and green economies, tourism, agriculture, food processing, and climate resilience that would spark economic growth. Reset's approach goes beyond financial grants. It also includes workshops, capacity building initiatives, and hands-on technical technical assistance to help participants refine their proposals and develop scalable solutions. Patricia Shako, the chief of party for the program, which was officially launched last October, explains that the goal is to identify anything that shows innovation and new ways of doing things and building resilience in the Caribbean.
To ensure that we are doing equitable development and being inclusive, we are targeting women, marginalized folks. We are looking especially at Indigenous persons and persons with disabilities. In terms of helping these groups access finance, we are also doing workshops to build capacity. We are doing some hand-holding to ensure that good ideas are fully developed so they too can participate in the grants program.
In addition to direct support, Reset is addressing critical barriers to investment, such as disaster risk financing, by introducing insurance products and financial tools to mitigate risks. The program aims to attract private investment and encourage sustainable economic activities in the region.
And so a lot of interesting projects are not coming to the table because there is no insurance to provide a bailout if there is a disaster impact. Reset is looking at disaster risk finance, at looking at layering to ensure that all needs are met.
Reset aims to leverage $200 million in private investment, support 300 marginalized and indigenous persons, and train at least 150 individuals in blended and climate finance to foster long-term economic growth.
Our grant call is open. It opened on December 4, 2024. It will be open for a year. We are looking for innovation. We're looking for exciting ideas. Even if your proposal is not fully developed, please contact us. We have technical assistance to help people also develop their ideas to ensure that no good idea is left behind, and we look forward to hearing from you at CaribbeanReset.org.
St. Vincent is seeing a tourism boom thanks to the popular Tobago Sandals Resort. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, used this success story to slam the opposition, accusing them of trying to derail the country's progress. Sunil Lala has the details.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said St. Vincent has seen an exponential increase in tourism over the past year, attributing the country's major success to the Sandals project. He reminded that the failed Tobago Sandals project ended up going to St. Vincent.
Is that St. Vincent for the first time has an explosion in its tourism. They've had over 104,000 long stay visitors to St. Vincent. First time they crossed 100,000. And their tourism is booming. And you know what is causing that? The Tobago Sandals. The Tobago Sandals. The project that was too good for Tobago, that they believed that the PNM would have benefited in the Tobago House of Assembly and national election, so scuttle it, so they could win elections.
Throwback to a political meeting in August last year, Dr. Rowley had stated that he was constantly reminded by the St. Vincent Prime Minister of the economic effect the Sandals project was having in that country that did not take place in Tobago. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister on Saturday also chastised the opposition for its continuous effort to ensure a failed Dragon gas deal.
It is exactly that which is happening. Why the opposition UNC has come out so obscenely and vulgarly and attached itself to the political campaign of an American political party to provoke the Venezuelan president and the government there to prevent them from cooperating with Trinidad and Tobago in the oil and gas business. Exactly that. Make no mistake about it. And they're standing by to celebrate failure. That the dragon failed and the dragon failed and the dragon failed like the dragon tail. Let me tell you something. They do not want this country to succeed if it means that they fail at the polls.
And he assured that the government has the deal intact with the government of Venezuela.
PNM is the party that broke the barrier and open the door for our future to accept raw materials from Venezuela. They put that in the context of Trinidad and Tobago supporting an individual. The contract that we have is with the government of Venezuela. And if the people of Venezuela change their government, it will not be done by us, but that contract is a contract with the state of Venezuela.
Should Guyanese living in the United States face deportation under new policies, Vice President Dr. Barata Jagdeo says they will be welcomed back home. Speaking at a PPPC press conference Thursday, Jagdeo addressed growing concerns as President Donald Trump pushes plans, including an executive order to end birthright citizenship of children of undocumented or temporary residents.
We believe that if our country can absorb people who come from Venezuela, most are Guyanese, but they're non-Guyanese too. And if we can absorb them in our country and they're working here and they're living here decently, then why shouldn't we do that for our own people? If they're deported back home, this is home to them. The governments don't have much of a choice. There could be verification. That is what we've had in the past when we've had discrepancies between people. We heard in one case, a guy said he's Nigerian and he was sent here. That is what was held up some of the issuance of documents. But once they're Guyanese and it's verified to be Guyanese, then you have to take your people back.
In sports, it's all about cricket. The West Indies won a test match in Pakistan on the weekend for the first time in nearly 35 years. The West Indies won the second test in Multan by 120 runs on day 3 to draw the series 1-1. The last time the Windies won a test in Pakistan was in Faisalabad in November 1990, though they have played just 2 series in the country since 1997 and 2006. West Indies stars Hayley Matthews and Sherfane Rutherford have earned spots in the ICC Women's and Men's ODI Teams of the Year, respectively. This announcement signals the start of the ICC Awards 2024, a 5-day celebration recognizing excellence across 12 individual categories.
Matthews' selection highlights her dominance as one of women's cricket's elite all-rounders. The 26-year-old delivered a stellar year with the bat, amassing 469 runs at a stunning average of 78.16, while also contributing with 9 wickets. Her reliability in clutch moments has cemented her as a cornerstone of the West Indies women's team. Batting at number 4 in a formidable lineup, Matthews stands alongside luminaries like South African captain Laura Vulvart and India's Smriti Mandana. Acknowledged by the ICC Voting Academy for her game-changing performances, Matthews' dual-threat skills were a standout feature for her season. On the men's side, Rutherford's inclusion in the ICC Men's ODI Team of the Year reflects his meteoric rise in 2024. The 26-year-old dazzled with 425 runs in 11 innings, at a staggering average of 106.36. His ability to deliver under pressure and contribute as an all-rounder made him indispensable to the West Indies. Rutherford joins an illustrious group that includes Sri Lanka's Charith Asalanka as captain and Pakistan's formidable pace pair Shaheen Shah Afridi and Haris Rauf. His presence adds depth and versatility to the lineup. Meanwhile, no West Indies players were featured in the ICC Test Team of the Year, which was heavily dominated by England. The ICC Teams of the Year were meticulously selected by an independent panel of cricket media experts at the ICC Voting Academy, based on performance statistics and overall contributions in 2024. Over 1.5 million fans globally also played a role by casting votes during a 12-day period on the ICC's website.
And that's the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.